The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, 100 Kina note enters circulation, 80 families sign papers for resettlement, and Vipers make next 9 Premier League. The public consultation process on the development of the oil palm legislative framework in Wewak, East Sepik Province, held on Tuesday, January the 27th, was a success. The consultation builds on earlier consultations already held in Port Moresby, Lae and Kimbe, and it forms a critical part of a nationwide consultation process that will conclude in Kokopo, where the inputs gathered from all regions will be consolidated for the finalization of the legislative framework. Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke explained that this process follows the successful launch of the National Palm Oil Policy 2025 to 2030 last year, which now provides a clear national vision for the development of the oil palm industry in PNG.
Oil palm growers and stakeholders converged for a public consultation forum in Wewak, East Sepik Province to discuss the finalization of the legislative framework of the industry. Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke clarified that no law governing the oil palm industry will be developed without listening to the voices of the current operators, landowners, smallholders, provinces, and districts.
Since palm oil was first introduced into Papua New Guinea, the industry has largely operated without a comprehensive national legislative framework. In the absence of a clear laws, the industry has relied on the voluntary standards and international certification systems such as RSPO, while these standards have certain export markets as well. They are not universally applicable, nor do they adequately address local realities, landowner participation, or national development priorities in the industry as a whole.
Minister Maneke explained that the legislative framework is intended to ensure fair and transparent pricing, particularly for smallholders, make best practices and standards mandatory, not optional, enforce national content and landowner participation, ensure equitable distribution of benefits from future oil palm projects, and provide certainty and confidence to both investors and customary landowners and other benefits to the industry and the government. He said this framework is about balance between commercial viability and social equity between investors and landowners and between national interest and local development. General Secretary for Oil Palm Industry Corporation Captain Pupita also clarified that for too long the landowners and farmers were cheated on and never benefited from oil palm milling companies. Therefore, Pupita says the government is amending the Oil Palm Industry Corporation Act 1992 and introduce the 2 bills that is set to table in Parliament in the next session.
Oil palm established but not at law. Yeah, some pasta sa to government system. No ground you must create the government system or semanta. Okay, so you must have Brianna. Biar you contact no kata mas baik si mana, mas have Brianna pasti. So thank you long all many beginning. Now what's the line you become stuck inside the slab room long, come up you. wakupla lo kamarin yumi kamarin kupla sindaun ko yumi.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke further said the government will introduce two related but distinct pieces of legislation to Parliament in 2026. The proposed Oil Palm Industry Authority Act will establish a proper industry regulator with a clear governance and accountability framework. It will formally transition OPIC from its historical role as an extension service provider for smallholders into a legally defined industry regulator, resolving a long-standing confusion in the market about its mandate. The second proposed legislation is the Oil Palm Industry Management Act that will set out the rules of the industry, including licensing, compliance obligations, monitoring arrangements, and enforcement mechanisms. Maneke clarified that the legislative framework is designed not to create hostility in the industry, but to encourage growth and participation, equality, and fair distribution.
As learners from Bewani, Turubu, and Napit project areas, and as representative of provincial and district governments, your participation is strongly encouraged. You are urged to freely raise concerns, identity gaps, and highlight matters that must be regulated to ensure the long-term sustainability and fairness of the oil palm industry.
The Bank of Papua New Guinea confirmed that the newly launched 100 kina banknote began reaching commercial banks, with the public expected to access the new currency from today. Bank officials addressed media questions in Port Moresby, providing clarity on circulation, security features, and nationwide access following the official launch.
At a press conference in Port Moresby, Bank of Papua New Guinea Assistant Governor for Currency Services and Branch Operations, Ron Seka, said the new 100 kina banknote featuring the late Sir Julius Chen was a permanent design and not a commemorative issue.
What we have today is a new 100 kina note that is now going to go into circulation is a permanent formal design of the 100 kina note. So we will get the same features you see in the 50 kina note on the 100 kina note as well going forward.
He explained that the new design circulated alongside earlier 100 kina versions include the original 2005 issue and the resized 2018 note, all of which remain legal tender.
The first issue, 100 kina note, it's a bit larger, but it is still legal tender. It has the designs for the first issue, and they're still legal tender. But then we had the resized one issued back in 2018. The first one was 2005, and then the 2018 one was a smaller size. So both designs are the same. We have the 2018, which looks exactly the same as the first one that was issued in 2005, but it's a smaller version. The one we have today is, of course, the one that has a Julius Chan's portrait on it, so it is completely new on one side.
Mr. Seka said limited stocks have already been released to commercial banks, with wider supply expected by the end of the month. He also confirmed that banks were reconfiguring ATMs and deposit machines to accept the new note.
So we've given that cash out to the commercial banks today, and if you go to the bank tomorrow, you should be able to access 100 kina notes. Some of you may, some of you may not, but we're expecting the full supply to arrive by the end of the month, and that all the commercial banks are supposed to receive it and make it available to the public.
Note Printing Australia Chief Executive Officer Malcolm McDowell said the new polymer bank note carried advanced security features comparable to some of the most secure currencies in the world.
PNG's banknotes are highly secure with some of the very latest security features as you know, we produced the Australian banknote, which is also polymer, and so the PNG's banknotes would be on a par, Nawan, with the security features incorporated within Australia's banknotes, and we would suggest that Australia's banknotes are amongst the most secure in the world.
The Bank of Papua New Guinea said distribution to rural and remote areas would continue through regional branches and commercial banks to ensure equal access nationwide. The new 100 Kina banknote entered circulation as PNG moved into its 51st year, carrying both economic value and national history. Kamala Guare, TV1 News.
As Papua New Guinea marked the launch of the new 100 Kina banknote, the son of the late Sir Julius Chan shared a deeply personal reflection on his father's life, service and legacy. Speaking at the official ceremony in Port Moresby, Toya Chan described the occasion as historic and deeply symbolic for both his family and the nation.
Standing before national leaders, dignitaries and family members, Toya Chan said the unveiling of the new 100 Kina banknote was more than a ceremonial event. But a representation of lasting national tribute to a leader who helped shape Papua New Guinea's political and economic foundations.
I stand before you today with deep humility and pride as we gather to commemorate the life, service, and legacy of my father, the late Chief Right Honourable Sir Julius Chan. My father, Julius Chan, a life dedicated to public service and nation building. Today's occasion is both historic and deeply symbolic. As we officially launch the 100 Kina banknote, we unveil a lasting national tribute to Sir Julius Chan's extraordinary contributions to the political and economic foundations of Papua New Guinea.
He reminded the audience that Sir Julius Chan launched the Kina and Toya on 19th April 1975 as the country prepared for independence, earning him recognition as the father of the national currency. Chan said while his father was widely known as a statesman and nation builder, to his family, he was also a disciplined and principled father who loved the country deeply.
For those who do not know, on the 19th of April 1975, as Papua New Guinea prepared for independence, Sir Julius launched the Kina and Toya. Here in Port Moresby, it is also my birthday. For this, he is rightly remembered as the father of the currency.
As the nation approaches the first anniversary of Sir J's passing, Toya Chan said the new 100 Kina banknote would carry his father's values into the future, serving as a lasting reminder of leadership, courage, and belief in PNG and its people.
I just want to say, Prime Minister, on behalf of my family, my son, and the country he has served, and put his life and dedication to this country that he loves so much. Thank you very much. We thank you for giving this honor to him.
Kamala Guare, TV1 News.
It has been over a decade since police were able to monitor the Paraparana villages of Port Moresby. A first-of-its-kind gathering was held between the Paraparana villages and the Royal PNG Constabulary to signify a step towards rebuilding trust between the two parties since the killing of two locals on January the 23rd, 2015 at Hanwabada village.
It has been 11 years since the Poreporena villages of Port Moresby were informally labelled as a no-go zone for police after 2 of their youths were killed in a betel nut raid on January 23, 2015 at Hanuabada village. Since then, the Motu Koitabu villages have had no police presence, becoming a haven for illegal homebrew production known as Firewara and uncontrolled law and order issues. Motu Koitabu Assembly Chairman Russell Simon Wavik initiated a gathering yesterday between police and the indigenous villages of NCD, saying the no-go zone has been detrimental to their social and economic growth.
No law and order, no control in this village, no police presence in this village. We try to use our police force of less than 14 men to control this whole village, covering Tatana, Baruni, Sasiwa, Kade, going back this way to Wabukori, Taikone, Pari, Tawata, Kirakira, Mahuru, Korb, too much. From Lenona to forgotten people to the Firewara people. Governor, me looking this land, I felt very sad. Something must be done.
Wavik further highlighted 2 main areas of need to the Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police, NCDN Central, Benjamin Turi: build a police station and increase the number of Motu Koita police personnel.
Today, after this meeting, the road, everything, police service is coming back into the village. This area became the haven for people who commit crimes. They come and live here. They commit crime in all over the city, stolen cars, criminals, they use this place, making the safe haven to do even drugs, the latest with meds and all this. So as of today, we are here. The member for Northwest is behind all this also.
ACP Turi said residents will now stop selling beside the road, encouraging vendors to use their market as road access needs to remain clear to enable the smooth flow of services. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News.
You're watching TVWAN News. After the break, 80 families from 2 Mile Settlement signed papers to resettle, and Korobosia landowners agreed to let settlers stay.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Tell him shorty come get it. Come grind on me, back me it. Mommy get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi, Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi,
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself Go beyond with Protex.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long karen baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This no talk sawe I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Thanks for staying with us. The family of 86-year-old Smakos Bomai from South Simbu are among the 80 families from the Simbu and Okapa community at 2 Mile War Memorial area who signed papers on Tuesday to resettle at the 6 Mile Ragamuga area. These blocks of land come at a cost of 20,000 kina. The families will have land titles after they pay this off. City authorities have signed resettlement agreements with 55 families who once lived at the 2 Mile War Memorial area to move to Ragamuga at 6 Mile. 86-year-old Smakos Bomai from South Simbu told TVWAN News that he's lived in the nation's capital for more than 40 years.
When I make them down on Mosby, make them down on 1982. 1982, make them down now. Now I'm now 2026. I'm now 2026. Me yes, blow me stop 86 years. Some of them blow me in that. Ogara in that. Me lo tulo SDA. Big man lo got me. Now Mr. Bell, me blow me go place.
Bomai said he bought the land his family is living on for 100 kina after negotiating with landowners. Mosby South MP Justin Kachenko said the land at Ragamuga was divided into 200 to 300 subdivisions.
It's not for free, as the governor said. It's a cost of 20,000 kina that they have to pay for the title, and then from there they can settle permanently in a well-organized estate, basically, that is being done.
Kachenko said plans to resettle residents has been taking place for several years. After planning the resettlement of the Simbu and Eastern Highlands community, they plan to relocate residents of the Goilala compound at 2 Mile Rabiagini area, followed by the Western Province community and other ethnic groups. The NCD governor said the city authority is using funding allocated in its 2025 and 2026 budgets to resettle 2 Mile settlement residents.
But last year, Mipla put in money lo budget, lo helping Mipla lo resettle. Not Mipla that's all, but all Mipla settlement inside the main city center. Kind of some 4 Mile works. 4 Mile works, you must relocate them all because some ground works department, in and up by you develop him now. By all this stuff long up. Me ask him, Minister of Lands, lo give me title, but all no give me title. So, you know got future of 4 Mile works. But you make a big block ground now lo Farea. Title is tablo NCDC. You may buy 50 hectares finish, but he got 1,000 plus hectares stop. So me ready now lo movie mall line blue you me is tablo settlement.
PACOP has instructed City Manager Ravu Frank and the team at the National Capital District Commission to help resettle the 2 Mile communities and ensure basic needs are provided to the displaced members of these communities. Member for Mosby South Justin Kachenko called it history in the making when he announced to media on Tuesday that the landowners of Korobosia 2 and Korobosia 3 are willing to have the settlers on their land remain. The outcome was as a result of consultations with the two groups of people. Landowners of Korobosia 2 and Korobosia 3 are willing to have the settlers on their land remain. Member for Mosby South, who met with the landowners to consult with them, described this outcome as history in the making.
Working with the landowners of Korobosia 2 and 3, the traditional landowners there, they've got complete title over all of the settlement that's just down from Hugo's building. They're willing to give their land and negotiate with NCDC for the settlers to remain there in an orderly fashion. So that usually the landowners would want to sell the land and make a quick gain and give it to some foreign investor or some dubious person, and then all these people would be out.
Kachenko said there are several other settlement communities that need resettling, but funding for this specific exercise isn't enough.
The funding will never be enough. We've got such a huge task ahead of us. One, we have to purchase land, continue to purchase land to resettle our people. That's number one, and that's a big expense.
Meantime, he commended the Korobosia landowners for working with city authorities during negotiations. He said generations date back 3 to 4 decades, and with intermarriages over this many years, it was only right to allow the settlers to remain. The Madang Provincial Assembly unanimously passed a 474 million kina budget. Assembly members deliberated on the 2026 estimates of revenue and expenditure during its first quorum of the year before Assembly Chairman and Provincial MP Ramzi Pariwa presented the budget for voting.
The government of Madang Province will be working towards bringing in a revenue of over 287 million this year, after it passed a 474 million kina budget this week.
2026 Madang Provincial Government budget. This budget reflecting a balanced mix of transfers, funding income from national government. This budget also reflecting provincial internal revenue, and also representing reflecting development funds.
Assembly Chairman and Provincial MP Ramzi Pariwa elaborated during the Provincial Assembly's first meeting of the year that the budget reflects on the provincial government's prerogative in ensuring a balanced and fair distribution to all districts and sectors. He stressed that the budget components are based on 60% development and 40% administrative priorities. Most of the Assembly members agreed that it was a reasonable budget. Rollover funds are close to 73 million, with national grants totaling 113,794 kina.
2026 Madang Provincial Government budget sets focus on further improving economic development. It is critical and important because it will help you to address much needed road maintenance, bridges, jetties, airstrip, narrow infrastructure, to pave way for major development, including economic development of the province.
President of the newly commissioned North Karkar LLG Mugia stated that the outer island of Bagabag also comes under his jurisdiction. Over the years, this little island has been lacking government service infrastructure, health and education, among other basic services. Mr. Yas believes the budget gives him confidence in making some significant changes in Bagabag Island. Other LLG presidents agreed.
Bagabag is also an island of its own, but its own entity. You got people, close to 10,000 non-married staff. Maybe bringing back services or some sub-district office to Bagabag. Giving more health and education services. So when we ask him, Chairman, you are tasked with work that you must go out to look at something come up.
While applauding the meticulous appropriations of the 2026 budget, Women Representative Margaret Anut highlighted issues surrounding rollover funding and stressed on the need for officers within respective procurement offices to ensure claims are attended to appropriately and dispersed within time frame to avoid huge amounts of rollovers.
If the authority is given for a claim in race, the start before the finance, the buck stops at the finance can be continue local service. So please, finance has to be extra smart. Once it's there, one must walk. So every mouse or made in the beginning, and of course I think everyone would agree with that as well. Thank you.
After passing the budget, the assembly was adjourned. The chairman informed members of another sitting before the month ends. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
Outgoing Minister for Police Peter Siamalili Jr. and incoming Minister John Pundari confirmed an orderly and constructive transition of the police portfolio during the handover and takeover ceremony at the police headquarters in Port Moresby yesterday.
At the handover-takeover ceremony of the Minister for Police portfolio in Port Moresby, Sir John Pundari and Peter Siamalili Jr. acknowledged that the period from 2023 to 2025 was marked by significant law and order and national security challenges. During this time, policing operations were stabilized, capacity strengthened, and governance reforms progressed. The former minister said the focus of the outgoing period was on restoring stability, strengthening police capability, and laying the foundations for long-term reform.
We're all a team, and so we will lean on each other. So whilst we're independent, we're also interdependent with all our experiences. So you have my 100% support.
Sir John said he looks forward to building on this work with a focus on professionalism, discipline, community safety, and addressing long-term infrastructure and capacity needs.
I come in to be minister, to be a leader, knowing that I have the challenge to ensuring that the reasons for a Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary and for the reasons why a government invests in the police force are achieved, and the outcomes are a reality for our people.
He said one of the key achievements made under the leadership of Siamalili is the transition of the Bomana Training College, which saw an increase in the number of police recruits and ongoing training each year.
An investment that may have been made by our good friends of Papua New Guinea is the investment of the police college. You call it the Center of Influence. I am so very, very satisfied given the need of policing manpower in the country.
Sir John thanked Siamalili for the support in setting the standard in the police force, which he will continue to deliver as he takes on a role he described as not easy, especially with addressing law and order issues in Papua New Guinea.
And also coming into the department as the new police minister, and over the last few days, I've realized that it has never been an easy tasking.
The Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea has launched its new licensing module called a Centurion Enterprise System, marking a first major milestone in the SCPNG's digital transformation journey. The system is funded by the government through the Public Investment Program administered by the Department of Treasury, the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, and the Department of Finance.
The newly launched Centurion Enterprise System for the Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea is an integrated digital platform encompassing all core functions of the Commission. The core licensing module now establishes a secure and scalable foundation to support future system enhancements, including additional modules, advanced data analytics, and regulatory reforms aimed at strengthening market integrity and investor protection. SCPNG will operate as a fully digitalized government regulatory agency, strengthening efficiency, transparency, and regulatory effectiveness across PNG's digital markets. Acting CEO James Joshua said the system was developed in 2023 as a strategic objective in modernizing regulatory processes and enhancing market oversight through technology.
A significant milestone in the Securities Commission's digital transformation and institutional strengthening journey. It has demonstrated our commitment to modernize how we regulate, how we supervise, and support the development of public capital market within the PNG's financial ecosystem.
Joshua said the system enhances operational efficiency in licensing process while rearing manual processes and improving turnaround times. It contains a central data depository for all license holders.
Accountability, risk management. The system provides better data, improve oversight, enhance supervisory capability, enabling the Commission to be more effective and monitor market participants.
The system is funded by the government through the Public Investment Program administered by the Department of Treasury, the Department of National Planning and Monitoring, and the Department of Finance. Speaking on behalf of the government, Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, said the launching of the system signifies the start of an important year of the capital market in the country.
Extremely excited that we've arrived at this point. We are now moving from a paper-based licensing regime to a technology-based regime. And I think it's a very exciting step, not only for the Securities Commission, but for our country as well.
In today's market report, the Kina closed lower at $0.2339 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying $0.2264, $0.3195 Australian dollars, $0.1798 euro, and 34.17 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all commodities closed the day higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. One News continues when we come back. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
And
when you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Long year 2024, 7 pa baby i-born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karing baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama, long lookout him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kisim antenatal check. Time yumi panim sick HIV ariap, o time bel mama i-positive penis, early treatment ikan save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV igo long baby. This lutok sawe ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses. UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Digicel Business. We help grow your business with secure, reliable and cost-effective ICT solutions. We will manage your technology so you can power your vision for your business with the best solutions to offer. Accelerate your business growth with Digicel Business Cloud Solutions with cloud platform services, disaster recovery as a service, and backup as a service. Talk to our cloud solutions experts today. Digicel Business. Better solutions for better business.
Thanks for staying with us. A breakfast event hosted this morning at Lamana Hotel by the Port Moresby Chamber of Commerce and Industry featured technical and vocational education and training advocates in a conversation of its reforms in the country. Acting Secretary of Papua New Guinea's Department of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Lonnie Baki, was the lead speaker at the event. She highlighted the importance of TVET and its reforms and development taking place around the country under the current government priority.
Technical and vocational education and training in Papua New Guinea is increasingly viewed by education specialists as a priority sector for developing employment-ready skills and supporting self-reliance. The sector operates under the Department of Education. During a breakfast event hosted by POM CCI this morning, stakeholders focused on the need to reform the TVET system to meet key targets set for 2030 and the years beyond. The discussions highlighted several priorities, including stronger collaboration with industry and the private sector, more targeted funding, and improved infrastructure to support training delivery.
The Department of Higher Education was the agency responsible for implementing that reform since 2017. But learning from previous experiences, 2017 was, I think, the third decision made by the government to reform or unify the sector. There was an earlier decision in 1985. You can imagine how long it's been taken. And again in 2014, and the third one in 2017. So learning from that experience, we said we needed to do something further, going through legislation.
These reforms aim to ensure TVET students are able to complete their specialized programs successfully and transition into clear job pathways across both public and private sectors. The National Skills Development Agency, established in 2019 under the Higher Education Development, is currently the advisory body driving these reforms. The agency is responsible for ensuring that the training and skills offered by TVET institutions align with the National Qualifications Framework. It oversees the development and training packages and works with industry skills groups to ensure all programs meet national standards and reflect workforce needs. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
The PNG Institute of Cultural Recognition and PNG Studies has received fresh funding support from the Department of National Planning to boost research, capacity building and cultural preservation under a European Union-funded program. The funding recognizes culture and traditional knowledge as key drivers of economic growth, tourism and national identity.
The EU funding to the PNG Institute of Cultural Recognition and PNG Studies marks another milestone for the institute, which is undergoing major transformation through partnerships with the European Union, National Planning and the National Cultural Commission. The 150,000 kina support will help fund capacity building activities, research workshops and community engagement under the Intracom project, an initiative focused on cultural knowledge and sustainable development. Officials say the funding is part of the government's commitment under the Medium-Term Development Plan 4, which recognizes culture and traditional knowledge as key drivers of economic growth, tourism, and national identity.
So when you look at culture and what is related to that traditional knowledge, so I think as we, what do they say, reset for the next 50 years, I think the government should seriously think of looking at how we use our own knowledge, traditional knowledge, and our customs to mitigate some of the challenges we are facing today. Because the country has changed so much, the environment has changed, the population is increasing, there are a lot of socio-economic activities that's going on. We are facing it every day, you know. So again, I just want to say on behalf of the department, our secretary, Police Samuel, and the senior management team, we are very happy to be here to present this little check, and it's about 150,000. I know.
National Cultural Commission Executive Director Stephen Kilanda assured stakeholders the funds would be managed responsibly, highlighting the Commission's clean audit record over recent years.
For consecutive years, we've been receiving unqualified reports from the Auditor General's office. So I give you full assurance that we will provide a full report after the completion of this 2-year project. This is the result of the funding from the national planning. This place has been transformed. If you've been here, you know this place. But otherwise, it's just like a new building, new facility. And I think it's a new facility. You give us the new building, funding to put this new facility, and now you're giving us funding to actually implement the programs. So that's the way to go. Thank you very much, National Planning. Please.
He also announced that the official opening of the Institute is scheduled for 26 February 2026, which will formally mark the completion of infrastructure upgrades and the start of expanded program delivery. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
And that ends the news segment. Coming up in sports, Kafana League concludes successfully and Vipers selected to participate in 2027 9 Premier League.
Join Digicel and enjoy the network that rewards you with a whole lot more. Activate a new Digicel prepaid SIM and get 2 gigs data plus 20 minutes free Digicel to Digicel talk for 3 months. Get your first month's reward instantly with no spend required. Spend 30 kina or more for your rewards in months 2 and 3. So what are you waiting for? Get your new SIM at any Digicel outlet or agent today and enjoy free talk and free data only with Digicel.
Did you know that you can get the latest updates on what's happening on the DTV app? 1. Open the DTV app. 2. Go to the profile on the upper right-hand corner of your screen and scroll down to push notifications. 3. Turn it on and you're good to receive notifications on the latest sports, TV series, and movies. DTV, your TV on the go.
Just bring 5 million and all they do is yours.
You will not auction me off to the highest.
Face the inevitable.
Don't be afraid of the D word.
To think outside of the box.
If you can compost a cow, certainly you can compost a human being.
Discover how each family.
That's what's special about it. It's those memories.
And culture has their own ritual to honor their loved ones.
Goodbye, my dear friend. You're going on your journey. All we can ask is always remember Samoa, your home.
Ray Martin, The Last Goodbye, starts Thursday, February 5.
Change is unfolding quietly in how we love, in how we think, and even in how we move. This February on CNA, from an unmarked office in New Delhi, a team of sleuths are hired by anxious parents to conduct a unique kind of investigation, vetting potential brides and grooms.
आपके पास में कोई रहते हैं, उन्होंने लोन लिया है, तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा डिटेल्स चाहिए था मुझे.
Marriage, espionage, and protective parenting collide in the world of the love auditors. As artificial intelligence gets even more pervasive, fundamental questions are being asked. Where does AI's greatest potential truly lie? And where do humans still hold the advantage?
AI is not telling them the full answer, but how they can improve.
In raising expectations.
Mutton! Yes, Mutton. He just turned on my massage seats!
What happens when you put the muttons in a car without drivers? The pair of jocks step from behind the mics to have a hands-free adventure in autonomous vehicles, where they experience the highs that AVs can go to in Who's Driving Now? This February on CNA.
Thanks for staying with us. Rugby League talent was on full display in the Eastern Highlands as the Kafana SMU Mituka Inter-District Off-Season Tournament wrapped up with an exciting grand final over the weekend. With top coaches, selectors and a Rugby League legend in attendance, the tournament not only crowned new champions, but also opened doors for rising players chasing Digicel Cup dreams.
Thank you, boys. The Kafana SMU Mituka Gorka Bintango Lahanis Inter-District Off-Season Rugby League Tournament has ended on a high note, with Kafana 2 crowned senior men's champions after a thrilling grand final at Kafana Field on the outskirts of Goroka. In the main match, Kafana 2 defeated Goroka Urban Kandes 14 points to 8 to claim the first prize, capping off a successful week-long tournament that ran from January 19th to the 26th and featured 12 district teams. The competition brought together young talent, women's rugby league, and senior men's teams, showcasing the depth of rugby league in the Eastern Highlands. Early results saw Yomaga Eagles defeat the host team Kafana 1 12 points to 7 in the under-19 division, while in the women's grand final, Agopea Chiefs dominated Yomaga Eagles 12 points to 4, with both teams praised for their skills and sportsmanship. PNG Rugby League great and Melbourne Storm legend Marcus Bai officially kicked off the event, adding prestige to the competition. Eastern Highlands Provincial MP Simon Sia attended the matches with selectors from the Bintango Goroka Lahanis franchise. They also donated 5,000 kina towards the finals. Co-sponsor Mituka PNG Limited contributed 2,000 kina in cash and donated 2 goalposts. The match also attracted top rugby league eyes, including those of Lay Snacks Tiger head coach Noel Zemming and Morobe Kandes coach Stanley Teppen, to scout emerging talent. Lahani's team manager Benji Felele said the tournament had a direct impact on preparations for the Digicel Cup season. The tournament is an initiative of Kafana League patron Jeremiah Uno Konisimo, with support from Mituka Holdings. Konisimo thanked stakeholders, the Kafana SMU community, participating teams and police and CIS officers for ensuring a trouble-free grand final. He also commended the Kafana Rugby League executives for delivering a successful event. From junior development to elite scouting, the Kafana SMU Mituka Inter-District Tournament has once again proven to be a vital pathway for rugby league talent in the Highlands, leaving players, officials and fans already looking ahead to the next season. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 Sports.
The Port Moresby Vipers returned home pretty satisfied with their efforts at the 2-day 9 Premier League tournament held on the Gold Coast over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Reaching the quarter-finals again this year has secured them a spot in next year's tournament.
The young Port Moresby Vipers outfit featured 7 returning players from last year's tour. It includes a number of exciting new talent from the Vipers Pathway program and a couple of seasoned players from PRL. The Vipers were impressive in their pool matches, securing automatic qualification for the quarterfinals. However, they faced a daunting challenge in the quarterfinals, succumbing to a big and more experienced Legacy side 6-11, ultimately bowing out of the final series. Upon arrival in Port Moresby, franchise CEO Ronnie Titi expressed satisfaction at how well the boys plied their skills, speed, and energy against some of the marquee teams in their pool that had ex-NRL stars, which provided good exposure and confidence for the PNG boys.
We were pulled in pool 4, and boys knocked off 3 out of 3 on Saturday, which qualifies us to play again next year. In the Premier League. Ninth, we don't have to go through the what do you call the qualifiers. And on top of that, you know, boys gelling well. It was a pre-season build-up that we used. To find combination, and for the boys, most of them are, you know, they played together last season, and this will be the second year for them to play in our Vipers team.
Titi also noted that young recruit Jeremiah Ban was outstanding and was named in the team of the tournament.
Ben made a team of the tournament, and you know, it's big for us as him joining us on the pre-season and coming on with us on the tour. You know, it's a plus for us, and it's going to show that, you know, there's a lot of talents that we have here. You know, it's just a matter of us getting them and exposing them, you know, at our domestic comp or internationally, and, you know, go up the ranks here.
Ben and Ismail Vayake's crafty play and eyes-up football style provided entertaining moments for the spectators.
Great, good experience today. I'm still on the command. Current na.
Yeah, okay.
Before another players number. Nice.
Yeah.
Good experience. Personally, Lumia and Millennium, lot of teamwork, cooperation, discipline. Yeah. And I think the tournament, and teamwork and cooperation bring me back on this one. So I'm the something in Millennium, so you can carry me going through the season. Forward, get us to
Okay.
Experience, good experience.
Okay.
Playing against ex-NRL players.
Okay.
Good experience. Now we come to Vipers, I didn't get. We look forward to this season, 2026.
Meanwhile, reaching the quarterfinals again this year has secured them a spot in next year's tournament. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The PNG Kickboxing Federation has announced a landmark joint venture with the National Youth Development Authority and Steve Jez Premier Kickboxing Promotion of Australia. This partnership is aimed at developing professional and world-class PNG fighters.
When announcing the joint venture with National Youth Development Authority and Steve Jez Premier Kickboxing Promotion, PNG Kickboxing Federation President Stanley Nadek said the partnership will see selected PNG athletes take up long-term high-performance training in Sydney, Australia, and participate in professional competition in kickboxing, pro boxing, and mixed martial arts. Initially, 10 athletes will be selected under a strict process and guidelines, with the first group expected to begin later this year. Nadek said this initiative fulfills his long-held vision for PNG kickboxing, to have PNG kickboxers use well-standard facilities and participate in the professional fights throughout the world. He added that unlike short overseas tournament trips, the program allows fighters to stay in Australia for 1 to 2 years, fully integrating into the professional circuit under the guidance of retired Australian and champion and promoter Steve Jez. Nadek said the partnership opens door for young Papua New Guineans to compete globally and succeed beyond the ring. Adding to this positive news, Steve Jez told Nadek that some corporate sponsors have already committed to supporting PNG athletes and others, including providing part-time employment while they train. Meanwhile, the Youth Authority, following a Memorandum of Understanding signed in 2025, says the partnership is about providing real career pathways and supports nation building through youth development. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
And now we'll have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern. Port Moresby cloudy periods with afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru partly cloudy with chances of few showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase. Lae cloudy periods with afternoon rain showers, possible thunderstorm. Madang cloudy skies with possible rain showers. New Guinea Islands. Kokopo Robau cloudy periods with chances of rain showers. Boka cloudy skies with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region. Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea. Seas rough to very rough with west to southwesterly winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching up to 30 to 40 knots at some areas. Solomon Sea. Seas rough to very rough with northwesterly winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 30 to 40 knots at some areas. Bismarck Seas. Seas moderate to rough with northwesterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean. Seas moderate to rough with northwest to northeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samar Island. Waters of Samar Island to Cape Vogel and All Millen Bay Islands. And waters of Fincherfen through Vitia Strait to CSC Long Island to Madang. Seas 2 to 3 meters rising to 4 meters at times. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 3 meters at times. And that ends TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by